Hi YouTubers, CyberDalek14 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Walking Dead Season 4, Episode 13. I'll start by focusing on Daryl and Beth. Yeah, these two seem to be getting along now a lot more. Since we've seen last episode, they've definitely developed a relationship, and there was this quote going around between the two of them about the good ones don't always live or something, about good people. And the coffin thing could have been a little sign that maybe one of them's gonna die. Who knows? But I don't think Daryl will die. He can't. But you never know. I think if anyone's gonna die between the two of them, it's got to be Beth. We also had that dog. You know, like a little sweet dog. And the second time when we heard it, we knew there was going to be some sort of trouble approaching the door. And then it turns out to just be a lot of walkers, and I thought this was a great scene. Because this was quite a lot of tension in here. And there's just loads and loads of walkers trying to get in. Beth, we have no idea where she went at this time. And poor old Daryl, he was just left on his own, I guess. As Daryl got out, it turns out that Beth was actually in a car. We don't know if someone may have took her, or she just drove away with the car. I thought at first that she got taken away. She could have just panicked, and she just had no idea what was going on. She could have been just so scared, and she just drove away. We don't know yet. Just left poor old Daryl on his own. And then he gets approached by the group who were actually in the house Rick was in at the time. So by the look at this, they don't really use guns. Only the odd ones, I think. But, he's got all the anger built up in him now. So this really shows his feelings. Taking a look at this Joe character, I personally don't really think you can trust him. He seems a bit someone who just wants it, someone who wants what he wants, and if he don't get it, he kills. But we'll find out more about him, hopefully. Not next week, sometime afterwards. And it'll be good to see if this links into anything. I actually thought that dog, it's a little scene, it was going to be the people who actually owned the house that Daryl and Beth were in. Or they were going to be pointing a gun at the door, and then the trouble lays out there. But no, it's just your original walkers. But that was hard for Daryl. But, he still made it out there. Moving on from the group that split up, Maggie's group, she's still not giving up about Glenn. She's, did all the blood to put up, markings for Glenn. And at one point, all Sasha, Maggie and Bob, they all split up, and I just thought, because this was tying in with Daryl and Beth at the time, I thought, they're all on their own now. But turns out afterwards, they're not. But it was good to see a little bit a backstory of that Bob now, because I thought that he was with the Woodbury group. But he was one of those characters who stood out more. So it turns out he wasn't. He was on his own, sadly. And showing the footage there, they made it look like he starts on his own, then he ends up being on his own. But good for him that he's not. He's with Maggie and Sasha. And like Bob said, it's better not to be on your own. And he was a lot more happier that he went on his own, because he had, it stopped him from being mad, basically. We had a nice little music at the beginning with Bob, basically how he started out And this is also our beginning and our ending. There was a good little trick they did at the beginning that we thought Bob was actually bit. But, you know, I believe his word that it was just a bandage and he was fine. Because he seems fairly strong. So, thank God that he's, you know, still alive. Because I quite like his character at the moment. Before, with the alcoholic Bob, it was... I didn't really like him. He was too much of a coward. But now, he's become a stronger character. And in this episode, like, him and Beth were kind of like the ones who set out like the morals, like the ones giving up the words, and that was quite good of him. Really shows that he wasn't this coward guy anymore. He's kind of woken up in the real world. He's not on his own. He's kind of like a leader in his group in a way. So Bob also showed his love for Sasha. And so this shows that, you know, he's definitely stepped up a lot more now. And as we see here, these two characters get it on with a nice kiss, making Bob look like the kind of heroic character of the episode, I thought, besides from Daryl. I cannot deny how scary does Maggie look in this. She looks terrifying, something like how a horror movie was really scary. And to prove that he still has faith, it turns out that Glenn still looks for Maggie, and now he knows to head towards Terminus. But initially he looks all alone, but I'm sure he's not. So now we're getting quite a lot of the groups going to this Terminus, or Sanctuary, whatever it's called. So, time to rate it. It's one of those ones that I quite liked. Better than last week's, I thought. I'll give it around about an 8. Yeah, it wasn't amazing. Could have been improved a bit, but it was probably one of the good episodes of this half of the season, because it had action pack, emotions, all that in it. Nice bit of tension as they do in The Walking Dead. So I thought, yeah, 8 out of 10 suits it quite nice. Next week don't really look that great. I thought, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's not gonna be, but it doesn't look that scary, because I think now at this point of the season they need to kind of add something in there to make it more scarier or shocking, because we've kind of got this level of, oh, nothing's new really happening now. There's just little tweaks or things being added in. But yeah, we see one of the girls screaming Carol. So who knows? Maybe there's a death or something. Maybe something interesting. I don't know. Find out next review what I think. So thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment. Feel free. I'll reply. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.